recording. In business economics, we are discussing about the topic and first unit is scope of business economics. Scope means nothing but in nature we have said that some areas where we are going to apply this business economics. What are those areas where we are going to apply this business economics that we are going to discuss in this scope of business economics? What are the decision areas where we can apply the business economics? So this we can see in a chart, we can show it in a chart. So here we are applying all the theories, concepts, principles, whatever it was created in the business economics. These are going to be applied to certain business decision areas. So what are the decision areas that we will see one by one. Later we will discuss in detail. So these decision areas may be of internal issues may be there or external issues may be there where you can apply this business economics. So let us see the internal issues where the management is going to come across, face certain problems. So one we can say that it is on decision demand analysis. Demand analysis means here how the sales are changing and how these sales are going to be affected. And not only present the situation, we need to forecast the future also, how the sales of the product will be in future. This is one area. How we are going to apply that we will discuss in detail after this chart. The second area is production analysis. So how the production is going to be affected. You are going to bring change in the production. And the cost analysis means what you are going to spend and how much you are going to spend, how much the expenditure will be increasing if you are going to increase your production. So that is one of the area. And one of the most important decision area is inventory. Inventory means here raw materials you need to store, how much you have to store, how much you have to hold. That will be a big problem in the hands of your management. So that area also you are going to apply this business economics. And market structure, here different markets will be there. Depending on the type of the market, we need to bring change in our pricing policies. So what is the type of the market in the area where you are sending your product, selling your product? So based on that, you need to fix the price of your product. So how to identify this market structure? That is one of the problem. And the third one it is resource allocation. Resources means all the inputs will be there, no? So like raw material, labor, etc. How you need to allocate? How much you need to increase or decrease? For each department, how much you need to allocate? That is another problem where you can apply this business economics. And the foremost here problem will be the capital. So what are the different sources from where you can get this capital? So what are the areas you can utilize to get the capital? And how not only getting this capital is enough, that capital should be properly invested. So without any loss, how to invest? What are the investment techniques we have? That is another problem where you can apply this. And another one is profit analysis. Of course, everyone will be doing this business for the sake of profit. So how this profit can be analyzed? If you want to increase the profit, what you have to do? This will be another problem where you can apply this business economics. Okay, and the last and the foremost will be the risk. How to overcome your risk, and in case of uncertainty, how to handle. the situations. So all these are the internal issues where you can apply the your business economics theories, concepts, principles. By applying these theories, concepts, and principles, what you are going to get is for the sake of your solution for a managerial problem. All these are the problems. No? So for each and every problem, you need to get an optimum solution. Means optimum means a good solution. So that solution you need. So how we can get that solution for your managerial problem. So you are going to apply in all these areas. How to apply that we will see one by one in detail. Now, so in microeconomics, you are applying this. So always this business economics will be dealing with microeconomics only, by which we are going to apply it to the macro analysis. So in most of the cases where you are going to discuss in this business economics is about the microeconomics. So demand analysis means this is pertaining to how the consumers are going to behave in the market. If any change in the price of the product is going to be bought, how the consumers preferences will be changing. All those things we are going to discuss in this demand analysis. So this is one of the area where you are going to find out different factors that are going to affect the demand. Factors here we can say that the sales of any product will be changing by changing the price of the product, and if the consumer's income is going to be changing also, there will be changing the sales of any product. So how this is affecting the sales of our product, that we need to analyze. To what extent our product the sales will be affected. Not only this factor, we need to consider, because this is a competitive world, how the related products prices are going to change. So based on that related products prices also, our products sales will be affected. No? So that is one of the factors that will be affecting the change in the sales of our product. So to what extent this is bringing change in our sales, that analysis you need to do. You have to consider that related products prices also. And sometimes what happens, the taste and preferences of the customer will be changing. So if the tastes are going to be changes, or if their preferences are going to be changing, so automatically the sales of our products will change. So to what extent these customers' tastes and preferences are changing, that we need to analyze. And we need to come to a conclusion that to what extent this is going to affect our sales, our products' sales. So these are the different factors where you need to apply this demand analysis. And not only that, at present we are saying that all these are the factors, but in future, how the sales will be changing, that you need to predict now itself. Okay, so that you need to predict now itself about what is the changes in the sales of our product will be. And we are saying that the price will be bringing change in the product sales. No? So to what extent this will be bringing change? If a slight change is going to be done in the price of the product, to what extent that will bring change in your sales also, that is also needed here. That is another concept which is included in this demand analysis, which is called as elasticity of demand. So elasticity means to what extent this change is going to be, percentage change in the price and percentage change in the sales. Not only price, all these factors, consumer's income is going to change, or price of related commodities are going to change. So each and every factor we are going to analyze in terms of percentages. So that is nothing but elasticity of demand, where you can apply this analysis, demand analysis. Okay. And you need to find out the future sales of the product by using this demand forecasting. Certain techniques are there, statistical techniques we will apply here. So based on all those statistical techniques, we will come to a conclusion that how the sales will be changed. Okay. And not only that, because of this product or the business people who are going to enter into the market newly, in fact, this also we need to analyze. So what are the techniques that are available to forecast your sales in the market in case of new entering business people? Already existing people, there are existing business people, so how the sales will be changing. For that, another techniques are there. So many techniques are there. So all those techniques we will discuss here in detail in the demand forecasting, in detail in the coming topics. But anyhow, all these are the decision areas where you can apply this business economics. So we will apply the statistical tools to forecast your demand. So these techniques, you can say that they are the scientific tools. Okay. Another decision area where you can apply is production analysis and the cost analysis. Production theory means here nothing but how the inputs are going to be. You need to bring change in the inputs and how that is going to affect the output. That you are going to discuss in detail in this production theory. We are having different economics theories which was created. So each theory will be explaining you to what extent the inputs are got changed and how it is going to affect the output of your product. Anyhow, these theories will be utilized for finding out what is the optimum size of output. So we should not waste our output, no? Or we should not waste our inputs. So how these inputs can be effectively utilized and how the output can be a maximum extent you can derive from using this input. So that is the main objective of this production analysis. So here in this production analysis, we are going to take into consideration different production theories are there. So how this cost or output relationship will be, in what is the extent of mix of inputs and the output should be, that we are going to find out here, and how this least cost combination we are going to get. So that we will know here. Least cost means we need to minimize our expenditure, whereas the production should be more. So how it can be done? So for that purpose, this production analysis theories will help us. And a cost analysis, in this we will be finding out how the costs are going to behave, what are the types of costs we have, and which cost can be minimized, which cost can be reduced, and how these costs are going to affect your output. So that, what is the maximum output you can get? So that we will find out here in cost analysis. The cost output relationship we will call it as. Cost analysis is also called as cost output relationship. Production theory is also called as inputs output relationship. Okay. Because there we are going to find out the relationship between the inputs and the output. Production theory is called as what? Input output relationship. In this cost analysis, we are going to compare the costs and how this is going to costs are going to be affected the output. So that relationship we are going to analyze, because these are the most important things where you need to reduce your cost. If you are going to reduce the cost, then only you can sell your product at an minimum price, so that you can compete with the competitors. So that is what it is needed here. So for that purpose, we are going to give this importance to this production analysis and the cost analysis, because it is a competitive market. Anyhow, if we are going to spend more for our product, producing our product, and if we are going to sell it for higher prices, no one will purchase our product because the competitor is existing in the market. So that is a most important decision where you need to apply this business economics. So that if you know these analysis, how you can reduce your cost and how you can effectively use the inputs, so how we can get the output, then only we can reduce our price of the product instead of reducing our profits. Okay. So another decision area where you need to apply this business economics is inventory management. Inventory means all those things which are included in inventory is not only raw material. So another work in process will be there, finished products will be there, semi-finished products will be there. Work in process means raw material which are under processing at different units, comes under the work in process. That material will be under process, no? To some extent it will be processed and it will be there till it is going to be received as an output. So all those comes under the work in process. Raw material means which are going to be directly purchased from the supplier. So which are called as the input, which is required to produce your product. And semi-finished product means half part of the production is completed, and that needs some more process to convert it into output. Semi-finished product we will call it that. And finished product, completely the process is over, which is ready to sell in the market. That product is called as what? Finished product. So all these things will be there which you need to manage, because all these stages we are going to come across to produce our product. Managing these different inventory is most important here. Managing here means to what extent the raw material should be holded in your storages, because if you are going to hold more than what it is required in warehouses, that will increase your cost. So unnecessarily holding more raw material is also a problem to the organization, that it increases the price of the product. So you should not hold the raw material or semi-finished or whatever the inventory, which is called as. We cannot hold more than what it is required. So to what extent we have to hold, this is most important thing. So how to minimize the cost by holding minimum inventory without affecting your production. So sometimes techniques are there which can be you can apply those techniques, and you can identify that. So to what extent raw material should be stored. That means minimum raw material that is required in your storage without affecting your production. So all those techniques we will discuss in this inventory management. See, you can work in process, raw materials, finished goods, etc. So these policies will be affecting, inventory policies will be affecting your profitability of the firm. So some techniques we can say that it is ABC analysis is one of the method or techniques that you can apply, and simulation exercises will be there, and certain these inventory models are also there. What is the minimum stock level, maximum stock level you need to maintain? All those stock levels we are going to find out in this inventory management, and how the store's ledger is going to be prepared. All those comes under this inventory management. I think you people and mechanical students, you may be having idea related with this inventory management. And another decision area where you can apply this business economics is market structure. So different market structures we have, different features will be indicating that this is the type of the market. So you can say monopoly market will be there. Taking into consideration competition, we can divide them into different levels, which may be monopoly, monopolistic, perfect competition, oligopoly. So like these different structures are there. So if you are going to identify what is the type of market that your product is entering, so automatically you can be aware of to what extent you can determine your prices. That means here a type of market will be affecting your price of the product. If it is monopoly, monopoly means a single seller. Mono means single, poly means a seller. If there is only one single seller, automatically that person will be having the power in the market. No? So he can fix his product's price as if he wishes, right? Because there is no competitor in that particular market. So that is how you need to identify what is the market structure that is available where your product is entering, so that you can bring changes in your price of your product. If it is a perfect competitive market, there in perfect competitive market case, what happens? There will be more number of sellers in the market, more number of buyers. In such cases, we cannot fix our price according to our wish. So whatever the price that is fixed in the market, at that price only we need to sell in the market. Like we can take the farmers are there, no? So they need to sell the product at the price which is fixed in the market. So which we can say that it is a perfect competitive market. So like that, if you are going to identify what is the market structure, it will be very easy to find out what is the pricing policy that you need to follow. So different pricing policies are there, techniques are there. So all those techniques we will discuss in this in the coming topics, okay, in detail. But these are the things where you are going to apply this business economics. And the resource allocation, all the resources like inputs, you can use your inputs like your employees, your raw material, etc., which is technology. All those resources you must properly handle it. You cannot waste any resource. How that can be handled, that comes under here. You are going to apply the tools like linear programming, etc., to identify what is the optimum utilization of your resources that are available. And another one, it is capital and investment decisions. Here, break-even analysis is one of the most important techniques where you can apply this investment decisions. Capital budgeting decision, we will call it that. So whether you have to invest in uh, any of the project or product or machinery, that you need to identify. Simply, you are not going to invest your capital which was bought into the business, because this is for long-term purpose. You are investing. Once you have invested, means that will lead to loss to the organization if any wrong decision is taken. You must be properly analyzing that whether before investing only, whether to invest in that particular machinery or whether to invest in that particular project. You must be very careful before investing itself. Whether that is going to give you profit or not, that analysis you have to do. So which are one of the techniques that here capital budgeting technique is that. So by using that capital budgeting techniques, we can decide that whether you have to invest that amount in that particular profit or not. These techniques, maybe modern techniques are there, traditional techniques are there, how to utilize these techniques that we will discuss in this investment decision theory. And capital here, you need to get the amount from different sources. No? So many sources are there, which we can divide them into long-term sources, short-term sources, medium-term sources of capital. So what are the sources that are available, and which source you need to properly utilize? Because you need amount for a short period, less than 1 month or 2 months or 1 year period. You cannot use long-term sources because there you will be spending more interest. More interest will be charged. Large amount you are going to borrow. So that you cannot utilize. So which source you have to properly utilize, and what are the sources that are available in all these three types of sources of capital. That is going to be decided here in this theory of capital. Okay, so all those things we are going to discuss in detail in the coming topics. But these are the areas where you need to be. You are going to take decisions, because every decision area will be affecting your profits. That ultimate goal is that you need to earn profits, increase your profits, right? So how this can be handled? All these can be handled. So if you are going to handle these things properly, that will reduce your cost of production. ఖర్చు తగ్గించుకుంటేనే కదా మీరు ఆటోమేటిక్గా ప్రాఫిట్స్ విల్ బి ఇంక్రీజ్. Because we cannot increase our price because there are competitors. We need to be careful in taking decisions about all these things. And foremost thing is profit analysis. So to what extent profits can be increased, or to earn certain amount of profit, how to identify what is the number of sales that should be in the market. The break-even analysis will help you to analyze this profit. So if you want to earn 1 lakh rupees of profit, how to handle that? To earn that minimum of 1 lakh rupees of profit, what is the minimum sales that you need to come across in the market? That you need to identify here. So that means if you concentrate on profit, how you need to increase your sales, or to what extent you need to increase your sales. That will be most important thing. No? And we need to identify whether we are in profits or losses. So what is the minimum sales that you need to require? You need to require to sell in the market. That is also one of the most important things where you need to be careful. For all these things, you are going to apply the break-even analysis techniques we are having. So all those techniques we are going to apply, and we are going to find out to what extent we can increase your profit. And the risk and uncertainty means, the risk means knowingly if you are going to enter into anything to take a risk. That means a person who is going to know that this is what he is going to face. Knowingly entering is called as risk. Uncertainty means without any information or without knowing, some certain things will happen. Like for example, if we take suddenly government has changed the currency, no, that no one knows that this will be happen. This is what it is called as uncertainty. Unknowingly, which we are going to face is uncertainty. Risk means knowingly if we are going to face, that is risk. So that means if we are ready to take the risk, uh, certain condition under certain conditions. So how to handle your business. So if uncertainty occurs, how to handle your business. So all these are the different areas where you need to apply your business economics. In detail, we will discuss in the coming classes. Detailed వెళ్తాం ఇవన్నీ డెసిషన్ ఏరియాస్ వేర్ యూ ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు అప్లై దిస్ business economics. Okay, is that clear? So what are the techniques that are available that we will see in the coming classes. And one more topic that we are going to apply here, it is linkages of business economics. So linkages means here, which we can call it as subjects that are linked up with your business economics. As we when we was discussing about the nature of business economics, there we have come across interdisciplinary. One of the feature, it is interdisciplinary. Interdisciplinary means I already told you that this business economics is depending on some other subjects, you know. So all those are called as what linkages of managerial economics. So here we can come across managerial economics. I'm not going to discuss in detail, but I will give you them in short. So one, it is mathematics, statistics, accounting, management theory. All this comes under these linkages. And other disciplines like managerial economics and economics. So in this, you have to explain about the microeconomics and the macroeconomics, which we have discussed in the last class. What is microeconomics? What is macroeconomics? How it is applied? That you have to discuss in this managerial economics and economics. So I'm not going to discuss in detail. So here microeconomics means already I told that it is a small thing that is individual unit, you know. So that comes under this microeconomics. So most of this managerial economics is related with this microeconomics only. Okay. And macroeconomics here, under macroeconomics, we are going to discuss about the large things, you know, like total consumption, total income, total employment in the country level. That comes under this macroeconomic study. So in microeconomic study, only individual companies related with individual company or individual person, if we are going to study, that comes under microeconomics. So there we are going to discuss how the demand of one individual firm is going to affect, how the price of the one individual company is going to affect, like that. How the cost input, how it is going to be affected for individual firm. That we will discuss in the microeconomics. So to forecast your business, this macroeconomics will be helping you. So like gross national product, GDP, and that you need to identify here how this is affecting your business. And another subject that we are going to link up with this business economics is theory of decision. So under theory of decision, you are going to So by applying this, you are going to plan, organize, control your management process. So like production, inventory cost, all these are the problems that are going to be faced by the management. So for all these things, we are going to apply this decision making theory. And operations research is one of the most important subjects that you are going to apply with link up with your managerial economics, where you are going to uh, this is another subject where mathematicians, statisticians, etc. They have created certain analytical tools. So those tools comes under this specialized subject known as operations research. So what are those scientific models, techniques that we are going to apply here? Like you can take this operations research like techniques like linear programming, dynamic programming, input-output analysis, inventory theory, information theory, probability theory, team theory, game theory. All these are the different theories where you can apply this operations research. Already you might have learned about this operations research because for mechanical students this will be available in the subject we are going to discuss. And the statistics is one of the important subject that we are going to link up with this economics, business economics. Because there you are going to apply certain tools to forecast your sales, demand forecasting is there. No? So there you are going to apply this statistics. So you need to analyze means you need to find out how the sales will be changing. No? So mean, median, mode, all these things comes under this statistics where you are going to apply this correlation, regression, least square methods. These techniques you are going to forecast the sales, which comes under the statistical tools. So all these are the linkages of managerial economics. So you need to write about all these subjects, how this is applicable to your decision making. You will be familiar when we are going to complete this subject because you will come across all these techniques in the coming topics, application of these subjects in the uh, different topics. And accounting is also one of the things you need to analyze how the capital is invested and how the assets are, liabilities are, and how the profits are, how the expenditures are. You need to maintain accounts. Then only you can easily identify what is the exact profit, right? Without accounting, you cannot do this. So in the books, you are going to record each and every transaction so that you can identify what is the profit that the company has earned. All these accounts, preparing this account, we are going to divide the accounts into three types: personal, nominal, and real accounts. Property account is nothing but the real accounts. That we will see in that topic accounting part. How to maintain all those things. How to maintain the books. And the mathematics is one of the subjects that you are going to closely relate with this managerial economics. So you can apply these all these subjects all the theory, because you are going to have certain equations you are going to create, and all those equations, mathematical equations, we will call it as, how that will be applied. So that we will see for your production analysis, demand analysis, etc. So without mathematics, you cannot have an equation for calculations, etc. No? So all those comes here under this mathematics. So these are the different subjects that you are going to link up with your managerial economics. I think for today this is enough. Any doubts in understanding these topics? Hmm? But most of the students, they are joining very late, and joining and leaving more number of times, like that people are doing. Why this is happening? You can leave, Amma. Thank you. No one is asking any doubts related with the topic. Okay, thank you. You can leave.